Hey there, Nancy Drew Clue Crew. I'm Maura, and welcome to another video walkthrough of the Nancy Drew game series. Today I'm playing The Deadly Device, the 27th game in the series. And it's the first game since Secrets Can Kill to be a murder mystery. Okay, here I am at the main menu. If you remember how this is one of the many changes I discussed in my walkthrough of Tomb of the Lost Queen, starting with that game and up to Sea of Darkness. So I'm gonna start a game by clicking on New Game down here, and I'm selecting Amateur Sleuth. Okay, so the game begins with a little prologue scene at Technology of Tomorrow Today, showing the events that lead to the case. This is Niko Jovic, one of the scientists who works there. You hear screams coming from the lab there. Niko has been murdered by electrocution in the lab. So that's what Nancy is investigating. And she's been hired
Nancy,
by him, Victor Lawsett, the co-owner of the facility.
You couldn't tell me much earlier. What's the story?
you'll find all the information in Niko's desk drawer. The combination is 171943.
Got it. I'll need full access to the lab and a cover.
For the cover, say you're doing due diligence for a new investor. I'll back you up if anyone asks. But full access to the lab? No, it's too dangerous.
If I can't investigate everything, I might have a problem on my hands.
All right, I'll have Ellie set up a demo for you. But that's it. The equipment in this lab is extremely dangerous.
Got it.
Approach the case how you want, but I think I know where you should start. Ryan. The police really thought she might be behind Niko's murder. They just couldn't prove it. She built the machine that killed him, and supposedly she threatened him. Start there.
Okay, I will.
I've got to leave the office. If you need me, I'll be on my phone. But good luck. Stay safe, and please, help me do right by Niko. He was a brilliant scientist and a good man.
Okay, so then I'm redirected to the outside of Niko's office, and I gotta go in here to read the case file, which is right in here.
Victor put the case file.
Alright, using the combination he provided, put it in, and then press the check mark. And here's the case file. I cannot remove it from the office, though. Okay, so here's information about Niko, the victim. He was a theoretical physicist, co-owned the building along with Victor, and the other employees are Mason Quinto, Ryan Kilpatrick, who worked the day shift, Gray Courtwright, and Ellie York worked the night shift. And there's some important information here that I've got to take in to account. Security video number here. I'm going to have to look at that somehow. And the key card used to enter the lab after victim had not been recovered. Doesn't match any key card ID in the logs. Alright, so I will now go talk to Ryan. Before I do that, though, I want to look around a bit in here.
I need to find a way to fix this.
Yeah. When you see the hand icon here with that little gear, that tells you that you're going to need to use something to work the item on which this icon appears. So that's one example. Look at this. Okay, yes, this may seem like just for fun, but there is significance to this pigeon much later in the game, and
it looks like it's missing the opening mechanism.
Yep, it is. That's going to come in use later. There's the icon again because it tells you, she'll say, because I can't use it yet, and I'll have to later when I've acquired the needed item to make it work. And look at all this, the Wickford snacks from Trail of the Twister, like almost all of them, I think. And including Cocoa Kringle bars. Okay, don't have the key, so I can't get in there. Alright, so now I'm gonna explore. Alright, here's the security office, but since Gray doesn't work the day shift, I can't get in there right now. I want to look at this because information about the elements will come in handy later. The lab is right here, but
It's locked.
can't get in.
I need a card to get in the
Need
lab.
a key card. Victor may not be giving Nancy access to the lab, but I'm going to have to get in there to solve the case, to do different things in the case to eventually solve it. So I'm going to go upstairs to meet Ryan and Mason. And I want to let it be known that this entire case takes place just in this building. Nancy never leaves it, which has become a rarity in the games since the earliest ones. So I never leave the building, or Nancy never leaves the building, but there's plenty to do. Plenty of places to explore. And here's information about binary number codes. This is going to come in handy several times within the game. Okay, Ryan works right in here. She's the technical engineer. Whoa, that was...
I'm so sorry about that. Are we cool?
Yes.
Good. I was really hoping you'd be the type not to freak out about something like that. Not that you shouldn't. It's reasonable to freak out after a near-death experience. Not that that was super near-death, but you know, closer than what you get walking through most stores.
It's
yeah.
okay. I'm fine.
Good. I had a whole
Well,
argument
I wouldn't
with
call that
labs
a
and
near-death
versus the
experience, but
working machinery and the
when a
importance of forgiveness.
metal part like
Well,
that
you
just
know the whole
comes
point?
flying at you
That's
from
not necessary.
quite a distance,
Are you sure?
I mean, that could really hurt someone.
No, I get it. I'm Ryan.
Oh, look, she extends her hand, then awkwardly takes it away.
What do you do at the lab?
I'm so sorry, but I have to ask why you're here. Why are you here?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm here to do due diligence for a potential new owner.
I'm sorry. I'm an adult. And there's
Yeah, she doesn't exactly sound that...
Whoa!
It sounds a little too
Back to the information.
over the
We're
top
getting a new owner.
or formal in the way she
Maybe,
spoke
but
that.
First, I need to ask some intrusive questions. Oh. I know you've gotten enough of this, I really do, but it's my job.
I've done worse things for my job.
Like what?
I build tools. They're not always used in a good way.
What do you mean by that?
I know what
I
she's
couldn't
implying.
talk about it if I wanted to. Confidentiality.
Okay, so I had to talk to her, but I guess that's all I can say to her right now.
I better get going. Bye.
Okay, and I gotta make sure that if I want to look at anything in here, gotta do it now because when it's the night shift, this place is locked and I can't get in until the day again. So there are some things I need to get in here. Well, I want to look at this. That belongs in the security office. It's do not remove, yet it has been. Oh, but look at this. That's interesting to note. There's a letter on here with a gear that has an arrow pointing in a certain direction. Okay, what I really need to get from here is this key card,
Into the lab.
but also this colored sheet. Oh, want to look at Ryan's motorcycle? Well, here it is. And here's a skull phone charm.
Is this your motorcycle?
It's my sweet ride! But it's not done yet. But I'm working on it.
Okay. All right. Mason's office is in here, and across
What are
from...
you doing?
Okay. Just... That's Ellie's, place.
If it looks like I'm busy, that means I'm busy.
What are you working on?
It's immensely complicated. Get a postgrad in advanced math and electrical engineering, then I'll explain it to you.
Put it in layman's terms.
Fine. There's this shiny magic that lives in the power lines, and it's dangerous and sly like a fox. And I'm using math to trick it into leaving the power lines, without accidentally making everyone die.
That sounds like you're working on the wireless transmission of electricity to me.
If you want to put too fine a point on it, go ahead, stranger. Which brings me to my next point.
Who am I?
Please let the answer be something that justifies me kicking you out of my workspace.
I'm here on behalf of a new potential owner.
Wrong.
No, that's correct.
No, I mean wrong answer for me. Not the answer I wanted to hear.
Well, what answer did you want to hear?
Do you know why Ryan would want to hurt Nico?
The police already asked the same thing.
Well, what did you tell them?
I said if I were to have killed Nico, it'd be because he stole my work.
Whoa, hold on.
It's just a for instance.
Is it?
Is it?
Yes, that's because I think logically. I force myself to think from A to B to C, and so on. Ryan is all over the place. For her, it's A to zucchini, to that thing from TV, to maybe C, then on to some non sequitur. I don't trust anyone I can't explain.
Who do you see on an average day?
Just me. Sometimes Ryan. You ask a lot of questions. Ever thought of being a scientist?
Sometimes.
Good answer. The world needs more people with questions, and fewer people who are sure they have the answers.
Did you work directly with Nico?
No one worked with Nico. We barely spoke to each other. That's the way he liked it. He practically lived in the lab. If he wanted to look at my work, he'd just root around in my hard drive.
So he'd come in here when you were gone?
No, he'd use the network.
He'd just snoop in your files? That seems kind of annoying.
Not kind of. Entirely. It's unethical, and it allowed him to steal.
What do you remember about the day Nico died?
More than I'd care to.
I imagine. Did anything stick out?
Yes, the police. It was weird. One of us killed Nico, and here they were, talking about a basketball game. Like it was any other day.
What else do you remember?
I remember Ryan. They took her out in cuffs. She came back the next day. Never said a word about what happened.
Do you like Ryan?
Let me save you some time. I don't like anyone.
That can't be true.
Observe, and I'll demonstrate.
Yeah, well, I can tell by his rather loud and somewhat gruff and grumpy sounding demeanor
Other
that
people.
he's, well, I think I gave that away by saying grumpy. Yeah, he's a bit of a grouch,
You
Mason.
mentioned Nico stealing your work. Can you prove that?
No.
You must be pretty upset about that.
Say what you really want to say.
Did the police know your feelings about Nico?
What a peculiar question.
Do you have a peculiar answer?
I do, in fact, have a peculiar answer. I actually told the police the truth. A more interesting question is, how is Ryan still a free woman?
Why shouldn't she be?
In this case, the smoking gun is a miswired Tesla coil that she built.
Did you dislike Nico?
Very much so.
Would you go as far as to say you hated Nico?
I would go that far, and further. That guy was a jerk.
That seems a little disrespectful considering.
Does it? Am I supposed to pretend he's great now that he's dead? Lots of jerks have died, and he's one of them. He's a dead, brilliant, jerk madman. The world would be much better off if he'd lived to share more of his intellect. But I selfishly am glad I'll never have to deal with him again.
It seems strange to me that you could be so blasé about a murder.
I deal with things on my own time. But if you are desperate to watch someone cry, Ellie's always available.
What's so special about Tesla?
If you have to ask that, you haven't done your research.
I mean, to you, what brought you here?
The work. I turned down Los Alamos in a tenure-track position to be here. Most people don't know this, but the majority of Tesla's work was confiscated by the FBI.
Why?
Could be he was designing weapons. Could be he had a breakthrough that threatened the energy magnates. Don't know. It's all been hidden. What matters is, there's a little bit still here. I always suspected Nico had some squirreled away, and I'd be able to find it. But either he didn't, or I couldn't.
You said you were searching for Nico's work. Did you ever look in Nico's personal things?
Of course I looked.
Bye.
See you later.
All right.
What are you doing?
All right, I wanted to go over here. Hey, look at that. That's that same design on the slider puzzle in outside the gate in The Haunting of Castle Malloy. Oh, how they recycle things in these games. Okay, gotta take this with me. There's information about Tesla coil. So yeah, you can see it's just stockpiling in my inventory. Okay, I have looked at everything and talked to everyone here for the day shift. So I am going to go to the lounge because then you can switch from day to night and night to day in this game. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch it to night because you can only meet, the 2 people in the day, 2 at night, and you'll have to, change the time of day to talk to them about things to move forward and do certain things in the case. So the lounge is right here. Oh, what's that?
Hello, Nancy. I forgot to tell you. We've been having a lot of outages lately.
Well, you're having one now.
Mention that. I think you're having one right now.
It's nothing to worry about. We've got backup on the big systems. Most of the time, Gray can get things back online in an hour. Occasionally, it takes a while, but rarely does it come close to the critical window.
Critical window?
Window?
Some of the equipment can get unruly when the power supply isn't consistent. Don't worry about it, though. Take the time to get settled. Catch up on sleep. All right. Gotta run.
Okay. Since there's no light, though, I can only have Nancy go forward, and
Okay,
she's
what's that?
hitting things as she moves forward.
Come on. Ow, my toe.
Okay, so he said catch up on sleep, so I moved Nancy to her bed right here. And here's the clock so I can set from day or night. So I'm going to set it to night. So then I can meet the people on the night shift. What's going on here? The
This was
alarm?
not what I expected when I set the alarm.
Nope. So let's leave the lounge.
You.
This is
come
Gray.
What's going on?
with- No chit-chat. Come, now. We need to get the system shut down before the grid goes critical. Get all those switches powered off. I'll do the rest.
All right. Okay, I can't move the switches yet because there's this right
Is it
here.
what it is to keep the power on? I need to keep this together with any other evidence I find.
All right, you need to have all of them switch to gray, power off. So I do it like this. From there, there, and this.
Nice work.
Now get out.
Who are you? What just happened?
If the grid had gone critical, we'd all be dead right now. I'm Gray. I don't care who you are. Don't tell me. Get out.
Okay, that, see, that band that I picked up, it's now in this bag of evidence. When I pick up things throughout the game, if anything looks important evidence to the case, it'll appear in this bag rather than throughout the inventory. Okay, I want to talk to Gray, though, especially because I want to be able to get in here at some point. So I'm going to talk to him. And note here on this whiteboard, there are pieces of information that are important. Like, look at this. Full power, all of them are lit up green, and there's a chain here. Unlock all binaries. Oh, and look, here's more of those gear symbols with the arrows. And here's another. In fact, are there any others in here? Yep, there's one and couple there. All right,
Don't
now I
know
want to talk
you.
to Gray.
Who let you in?
But we've already met. In the lab? Never mind. I'm Nancy. I'm here doing research for a new owner.
Just what this place needs.
You're not a fan of the idea?
Nope.
Why not?
Not a fan of most ideas.
That's a strange attitude for someone who works at a research facility.
Might be.
What do you do here?
Job description says security agent.
suppose it's more valid than not.
How long have you worked here?
Don't know.
Can you estimate?
Nah.
You're really not going to tell me how long you've worked here.
So it would seem.
Yeah, well,
What do
he's
you
also
think
a
of
gruff
Ryan?
grouch, too.
Hater.
I think he...
Why?
You're smart. Carry the sums. You'll get it.
Man, he
What
just
do
seems
you
to
think
really
of
does
Mason?
not want to talk to Nancy,
like
if anyone.
Why not?
I've got my reasons.
What are they?
Secret. No, actually, I hate him because he's up to something.
What?
I have no idea. Not for lack of trying.
Why were you so concerned about what Mason was up to?
He was messing with tech he didn't understand. I had to make sure he didn't do anything stupid.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, I need to get rid of him so I can explore, the office. So to get rid of him, I have to pull this alarm. If you pull it several times, day or night, you'll get an award. But you have a limited amount of time to go in, because if he comes back in and catches you, it's game over. So, I want to use this for one thing. Oh, a knob. I wonder what that goes to. Alright, so his computer's off, so I have to get it to start up, but how? Oh, look at this, it's Zap Up. It's just like how it was in that security booth in the Captive Curse. So if you saw on the whiteboard there, all those green circles lit up, that's what I have to do here. I have to have them all green to start up the computer. And I have 5 charges remaining, so I'm gonna pick 5 to touch to make it all the circles green and power up the computer.
I need to get all
another,
the numbers shown clockwise
protection.
on the wheel using your binary code.
Alright, so, yeah. Unlock all 16 of the binaries. Just like that, that poster in the hallway showed. Okay, so I need to unlock them, and so you have to press one, press down on one. They may unlock some, but pressing another may lock them again, so the pattern needs to look like this. Alright, it's unlocked. Now I can look in.
These must be the key cards used to access the lab. I should figure out which number belongs to whom. That number is from the night of the murder. It doesn't
It's this
appear
one.
anywhere else in the logs.
Now to find the actual card. Alright. Okay, I want to watch that security video that mentioned in the case file. So LBTY 510258. Just Nico? I don't think so. Alright. Okay. I can't access the card until I know the password. Well, I think I'll come back to do this, but the password has to do with all the letters I keep finding around here. Yeah, I'll come back to do that. Because I don't want to take more time than I might be already. I'm gonna go upstairs, talk to Ellie. I just worry if I stay there longer, Gray might come back and it's game over. So I'm gonna talk to her, then come back down. Alright, so So here she is.
Can I help you? What brings you here? School?
Actually, I'm checking the lab out for a new potential owner.
Oh yeah, Nancy, right?
Yes.
Ellie. Victor wanted me to show you the coil. I guess you could say you're lucky. Most people never get to see the inside of the lab. And we're not exactly up to giving tours, considering. Ready? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Is this the coil that was responsible for Nico's death?
Yes. It's been rewired since that night. It never should have been set up that way in the first place.
Why was it wired that way? There must have been a reason, right?
Now, I need you to focus on what we are doing. It's very dangerous. What you're in right now is called a Faraday cage.
Well, how does it work?
Basically, it conducts the electricity away from whatever is inside it, keeping you safe. Here we go!
Whoa. Well, that's electrifying.
Okay, that's it. Back to the office.
Thanks for the demo. Any chance you could let me look around in the lab sometime?
Nope.
Well, I still
Can you
have
tell
to
me
get in the
what
lab.
you do at the lab?
In plain terms, I'm a research scientist.
How long have you worked here?
Some days feels like decades. I don't actually know. 2 years? Maybe a bit less.
Do you share the office?
In a way. Mason's station is over there. He's in during the day.
Who else was here the night Nico died?
Gray. I think that's it.
You said the coil should never have been wired the way it was the night Nico died. Why not?
Wiring the secondary and primary coils together is a good way to get yourself killed. Or someone else.
Are you sure it was Ryan?
Yes.
Why would she do that?
She said Nico insisted.
Does that sound like something Nico would do?
I never understood him. But if he was even a fraction as smart as his work leads me to believe, why would he do something so dangerous?
Did you know Nico well?
No, but it wasn't for lack of trying.
So you weren't friends?
I don't know if he had friends.
He wasn't well liked?
No, it's not like that. I just don't think he needed people. Or if he did, then he hid it well. He was too much of a scientist.
How do you mean by
You
that?
said Nico was too much of a scientist. What did you mean by that?
I'm organized in the way I think, but Okay, take Mason, for example. He lives his life the way I work.
How so?
In all of the ways. When he makes a sandwich, he alphabetizes the ingredients. He's not human. Not that it's hard to explain. Like if a computer had legs and a sweater, it'd be Mason. What it comes down to is, I'm 20%. Mason, maybe 60. Nico was 100% a scientist.
Why do you and Mason work opposite schedules?
I'm a night Ellie.
Any other reason?
And as a good Southern girl, I know if you don't have anything good to say, you keep it zipped, like this.
Did Nico have a hard time with people?
Not a hard time, not exactly. It was like he was plugged into a different current than the rest of us. People were to be studied and observed, but that was all he wanted. At least I hope that's how it was.
Is there a way into the lab without a key card?
No, trust me, I've tried. I'm not great at remembering to bring my card, and Gray does not like letting me in.
Was Nico close to anyone in the office? Did he talk to anyone?
Don't think so, really.
Bye.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Okay. I'll get texts from Ned every so often, but I can't call him in this game, and it's not vital to nothing that he says is pivotal to moving the game
I
forward.
wouldn't do that if I were you. Mason's not very forgiving. You don't want to be messing with his stuff.
Sorry, I was just a little curious.
You know, he's not here. Make you a deal.
He's been lording his high score aggregation over me. Take him down, and I'll let you poke around.
Okay.
I'll let you go. Goodbye, Nancy.
All right. I'll do that. Aggregation is this game in the lounge. So I beat Mason's high score. Ellie will let me look in his workspace. All right. I also want to look at something in here. Here in the lockers, there's this book on Tesla. There's information about here that's vital to the game, puzzles and such. Born in July 10th, 1856 in Smiljan in Austro-Hungarian province of Lika. Yeah, there's other parts of information in here that are pivotal to puzzles in the game, but most of them won't come till later. Oh, look, another phone charm, a Saturn one. Okay, the knob
To find the power knob before I can use it.
goes right here. This will be used for something much later. Okay, here's aggregation. All right, gotta beat Mason's high score of 22,500. All right, so this is played where you have to have, whatever these shapes are, have 3 or more of them touching to wipe away the board. All right. You know, you have wipe out the entire board. Okay, okay, oh, baby. The tricky part is just knowing, you know, what it says, what's coming next, and where to use it. Well, perfect. Yeah, I guess it's at this level it gets a little harder to do. Okay, those stars can be like for any colors, so like that's why it wiped away that one. Ah. Oh, here we go. Gotta use them, I guess, to bring on others. Well, if I bring this down... Okay. But only... Well, that's what they mean by every little bit helps. Okay. All right, finally. Oh, but I need like over 1,000 more points to beat Mason's score. Yeah, you need at least 3 shapes wiped off to get that many points. Oh dear. Mm. Let's see. I want to see if I can get rid of this. Oh, nice. Oh, brother. Oh, that's just what I need. All right, that got rid of all of them. Mm. Mm. Ugh. Okay, there's still this. Finally, got my way out of it. Alright. Now I got the new high score, so I'm gonna look around. Leave this. But, let's see if Gray's back or not. Yeah, when the alarm is now off, it means he's back in there. So I'm gonna push it again so I can go in there to use the key card. Alright, so his password to access the for the card is found on these little gears here, including the remote that was removed from the office. And the clue is that these gears have arrows on them that are moving clockwise. So from starting clockwise from 12 to 11, that spells out the password. I know it's a little hard to see from here, but there are 12 letters in all. So, like, this will be U, that'll be the 10th letter, for example, in the password. So, let me put this back. And the password for the key cards, using those gears and their position arrows, is V F R W O D Q G G U H Z. All right, and then I use this. That's just like how to arrange the tiles on the puzzle box, also in the Captive Curse. Arrange in this pattern for the card. Okay, so alright, hopefully this should get me into the lab now. Alright, green means go. Okay, I want to look at everything there is to see here. Okay, gotta get the key to that. There are some items here I need to pick up. That won't be used until towards the end of the game.
looks like some capacitors are missing. There must be spares somewhere. It looks like something is missing. That must be where the switch goes. Something must be broken.
It's a miniature Tesla coil right here.
The red must mean it's locked. I bet if I turn everything blue, it'll open.
Alright, I'll tell Ellie I
Hello.
beat Mason's score.
I beat Mason's high score.
You did good, kid. This is me looking the other way. It's a limited time offer.
I'll let you go.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Gotta look at this. Notice there are some letters here that are orange, and it looks like they're spelling out something here. Notice this apostrophe. Well, they are spelling out something. The letters in orange spell out Tesla's hometown. And if you remember in that book I read up on Tesla, that is Smiljan. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And that's the password for his computer here. So I want to look at everything.
Whoa. Ryan should never have been released. Better follow up on this.
Okay, I'll look at that video too. Biometrics, fingerprint biometrics. Yes, I'm going to have to make a fingerprint later in the game. Oh, and look at this. If you mess with Mason's items here, you can get an award. And he gets ticked if you leave them in a messy position like that. Let's see if I have enough time to watch that video before Ray comes back. Okay, it's still buzzing. Okay. HLLW 510257.
She's bypassing the security system. Interesting. That
Whoa,
doesn't
hear that
sound
humming
good.
sound?
Ellie might want to know about this.
Yes, I'll go tell her. Then I can snoop in her area.
Hi. Is the hall just outside the lab supposed to hum?
Nope.
Alright. Get everything. Maybe that opens that bin in the photolithography lab. Pass code for the control booth. Ooh, look at this.
I need to find a way to play this.
Maybe I can play it on that player in Nico's office. Okay, I think that's everything there is in here. Huh. Some kind of password, perhaps, or... Well, this clue here.
These could be
Hey,
useful.
capacitors. Okay, there's nothing to do here. But if you do look at it, the code in this computer, it leads to an Easter egg. Okay, I think I've talked to everyone and done everything I could tonight, so I'm gonna set it to the next day. Alright, and the Easter egg you get for looking at the coding on Ellie's computer, it's right here. Alright. Oh, look, her pillow sheets are Coco Kringle images. Oh, boy. Who's that?
Hey there, Nancy Drew.
Deirdre Shannon,
Deirdre.
Are you in Colorado by any chance?
the nasty
Yes.
narcissist
How
who
did
is
you know?
Nancy's rival from Alibi and Ashes, who delighted seeing her be in
And
trouble.
you gave him a good reference?
Well, I told him the truth.
That was very nice of you.
Was it? By the way, don't make a habit of it. Okay? Bye.
Wait, hang on a sec. I might need some outside help with this case.
Did you forget that I don't like you?
No, but I know you're studying criminology, and maybe someday I could help you out.
Oh, a non-specific promise with the word someday. Sounds too tempting to ignore. Yet, here I go.
You do that. Alright. Want to talk to Ryan. Because see if she knows anything about the broken or missing parts from the main and musical Tesla coils from the lab. And about the player in Nico's office. What's going on here? Hey, there's something new at her workstation.
What's happening?
That
Are you
cat
okay?
head?
I'll never be okay again.
What is that thing?
An abomination of technology. It's some creepy robotic cat that someone, I suspect Mason, is tormenting me by leaving all of its awful parts everywhere.
I've seen one of those before. If I find all of the pieces, I bet I could put it together.
As long as you promise to throw it into a fiery volcano once it's completed. That thing is the undisputed mayor of Nightmare Town.
Do you know how I can play a media card?
Yeah, Nico's personal player. I meant to fix it earlier. Get me some Coco Mellows from Nico's office, and I'll have it working for you.
From the candy machine? How exactly does that thing work?
Here, this should do the trick.
Thanks.
Alright, ask her about everything
I need
else.
to rebuild the missing part from the large Tesla coil. Can you help me out?
I think I've got the plans here. Yep. There you go.
Thanks.
Thank you. Working here, I forgot that phrase existed.
Do you know how I can get the little Tesla coil in the lab to work?
The circuit board is shot. You seem like you know what's up. I bet you could make a new one yourself. You'll find everything you need in the photo lab.
Who do you think killed Nico?
A little part of me thinks it's Gray.
Why?
I'm a little scared of him.
Any reason in particular?
Oh, you know. His voice and general demeanor and his face and pretty much everything else about him. Those two had a strange relationship. They fought constantly, not sure why.
The part that was responsible for Nico's death is missing. Do you know where it went?
No.
Are you sure? You sound like you're not telling me something.
I destroyed it. It's gone.
Why destroy it?
Because I made it. You know what? I need you to leave me alone right now. Go, please.
All right, I'm gonna try to get that candy for Ryan and also start fixing the part for the small Tesla coil. Okay, it's a memory lock.
It looks like a memory lock.
So I'm not going to talk until I finish this. Alright. Here's what she wanted. Mallows.
Great. Just what Ryan wanted.
If you can eat all the candy from here, you get an award, but I have never tried to do that because of how many times I have to play with this memory lock. Someday I will show a video of me with all the awards if I can get them, because I think like with most others, you get all the outtakes if you get all the awards, but that's going to have to wait. I don't think I can play with the memory lock 11 times in a row without going nuts. Okay, so here I am in the photolithography lab. Right, need this, a silicon wafer.
I need to connect all of the circuits.
Okay, yeah, that's what I need to do. Connect the circuits. I print that out and I put that in the machine. The printing process takes half a day, as it said in the book, and so it will for that designed part for the big Tesla coil. But I also need to make a solution for this for this one, and I'll show you what I mean when I finish this. Now, this is like more complicated than the circuitry I had to connect in Alibi and Ashes for the jammer that George provided Nancy.
All done.
All right.
Now it's time to etch the design.
There it's being printed out. Okay, but before I can do anything else, I have to make the solution, the silicon solution, out of hydrofluoric acid, nitric acid, and water. And this measurement here, that's showing the ratio of how much in milliliters I need of each component. I studied chemistry, so I know about this. Okay, so yeah, the first step is the etching solution, the image, and then the tray for the blank wafers, then the start button. But so I got to make the solution now. But the hydrofluoric acid
This looks
is not
dangerous.
here.
I should make sure I know what I'm doing before I start.
Yep. Hydrofluoric acid is right here in the locked cabinet. So I need to open this. There we go. Okay, got the hydrofluoric acid. So I need 3 mils of hydrofluoric acid, and I put it in this flask for the mixture. I need 1 mil of nitric acid. To get that, I have to pour into the acid into the 4 mil graduated cylinder. Pour it into the 3 mil graduated cylinder, so I end up with 1, and pour it into the flask with the mixture, and then throw this out into the hazardous waste. And if you make a mistake, just pour it down the hazardous waste disposal. Okay, and now I need 4 mils of water. And if you have the wrong combination, it is going to cause an explosion. So, I got the mixture, and then once you think the mixture is complete, pour it from the flask into a bottle. Okay, so now I put the formula in, and the circuit design, the wafer, and press the start button. That'll take half a day, so I'll have to come back to check it at night. So I'll bring this to Ryan, the candy. And then I'll listen to the card after she fixes the player. I have to use a computer to print out the plans for that missing part for the big Tesla coil, but I can't do that until I get to Mason's computer at night.
Here's the candy bar you wanted.
Great. I'll start fixing it right now.
She took her gummy bears. Alright, well at least that'll give me the head. And you don't need to put the cat back together for any purpose in this game, but if you do it, you get an award, and so I'll probably do it in my downtime for this game. Alright, so she left her workspace, but the player should be fixed by then, so I'm going down there to listen to it now, because there will be more audio diaries of Nico's to listen to in this game, and they all hold something important that I have to investigate. Okay, so this is just also like the audio player of listening to the suspects' interviews in Alibi and Ashes. Just start with the first entry. When it's finished, it'll scroll down to the next and press the play button to listen to them all.
I've clocked 49 hours of work this week.
49 hours of work, wow.
On my door this morning. This time a threat. She continues to surprise. She's smarter than she looks. And then later she confronted me by the couch in the lounge and handed me another of her threats. I didn't bother taking it with me. The coil as is, it's little more than a plaything. I can't get the proper flow using the original design. I've got schematics drawn up for an entirely new prototype, but maybe that step isn't necessary. The math is solid, and the small-scale experiments are running at an efficiency of about 80%, and that's using the old design. I checked in on Mason's work today. He has the strangest attraction to exactly the work I'd most like him to avoid. I'm starting to question if he knows what he's toying with. I've made my message to him clear, yet he keeps going back to the rough materials application portion of the process. Perhaps it's time Gray tightens up the network to keep him in line. Maybe it's time to replace him. He's been less of an asset than I expected anyway. I'm finding myself spending more and more time down in my study in a state somewhere near sleep. Viewing the schematics in my mind, looking for flaws. Doesn't make sense, and I'm finding none.
Okay, now that I've listened to that, I want to go into the lounge because it mentions Ryan confronting and threatening Nico. Well, lo and behold, here are the letters. Oh, they've got gummy bears on them, too.
Whoa, better follow up on this.
Indeed. So, oh, here's another cat part, and I think there's another one here. Yep, the tail. So I'm going to talk to Ryan about this. I also want to see if I can talk to anything new with Mason. I should also call Victor to give him a report, especially about these threats. Well, he said Ryan was threatening Nico.
Yes.
Have you been tormenting
Have you
Ryan?
been tormenting Ryan with a robot cat?
I'd never do something that hilarious and definitely deserved. Never. Not ever.
Yeah, you
Don't you
specialize
think
in
you should
subtlety
maybe
with the fact
stop?
that you're guilty
She
of
seems to
this.
hate it.
No, I will not stop. I asked her nicely to build it for me. I even offered to pay
Yeah, I
her
think
for her
you could
time.
definitely call Mason
She's
like
the one
a
who hit it, so I don't even feel a little bit.
curmudgeon. Yes, I think he's a very grumpy curmudgeon.
What do you think of Ellie?
She hates me so much that she switched to the night shift. Come to think of it, she hates me so much I should actually feel a sense of accomplishment, which I now do.
Well, congratulations to you.
What did you do that she dislikes you so much?
Why do you assume it was me?
Educated
I
guess?
took an educated guess.
I did too. Still couldn't figure it out. But the fact remains, we are not besties, as she likes to say. We are worsties.
Well, that's an
see?
interesting
I
word
beat your high
to
score.
use.
Yes, if fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight. Sun Tzu compels me to take you down. Prepare yourself, opponent.
Can you tell me a little bit about Gray?
He always gives me an industrial-sized portion of the creeps. The only person who ever liked Gray was Nico. And I think he just liked keeping Gray around to scare everyone away from his work.
Did he try to scare you away from Nico's work?
No, he tried to scare me away from my own work.
What does that mean?
He was Nico's heavy. I figured he'd leave once the police gave the all clear. Trust me, if he's still here, he's up to something. Your boss would be smart to get rid of him.
What was Nico working on before he died?
There wasn't a name for it yet, officially. It was basically wireless energy transfer. That was helpful for you. So how about you tell me something about your boss?
I'm sorry, I can't. Confidential. What are you doing?
I want you to tell me what you know, but I can't tell if you're a pushover or not.
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 Ah, efficiency. One of the rare graces of a post-manner society.
Uh-huh.
I better get going.
See you later.
All right, now we'll go talk to Ryan.
What's up?
Mason says he was tormenting you with a cat because you hid it. Is that true?
It was self-defense. Fuzzy little freakball had it coming.
You snuck in without logging in the day before the murder. Why?
I lost my key. It happens.
Isn't this place extremely well secured?
The labs are. Building. I have my tricks. And no, I'm not sharing.
I found these notes in the lounge. Is this your handwriting?
Yes.
So you admit to threatening Nico.
It looks like a threat, but it really isn't.
What else could it possibly be? It says right here.
I know what it says.
Then what?
A warning. It means just what it says. He wanted me to build something that could kill him. I had to make sure he knew what he was working with.
Do you have anything to prove that's true?
You know what? I need you to leave me alone right now. Go, please.
All right, so Nancy's been booted out of Ryan's workspace. I think I'll give Victor a call then about this. Oh, so that was Ned's last text.
Did you know about Nico's diaries?
I knew he kept audio notes in his office. He had a player there. No clue how it works.
Mason says Nico was stealing from him. Is this true?
No, because the work isn't Mason's to begin with. It's a little troubling that he views it that way.
Can you tell me a little bit about Ellie?
She's got that small-town girl act down pat. I guess I just can't tell who she really is.
What do you think of Mason?
Smart kid. Don't know much about him.
Can you tell me anything about Gray?
I don't know much about him. He was one of Nico's hires.
Nico brought Gray on?
Yes, I have no idea why. He's a head case. Watch yourself around him. Understand?
Do you think Gray could have killed Nico?
I don't know if he did, but I don't doubt he could have. Between you and me, if I didn't want him here to be investigated, I would have fired him immediately. Do not tell him that. I don't know how he might react. It could be really ugly.
How did you hear about me?
Through a close friend. You've impressed a lot of people, Nancy.
Why did you hire me and not a big investigation firm?
The crew has been questioned a lot, as you can imagine. Everyone's defenses are up. You can pull off the undercover work without drawing too much suspicion. I know it's a long shot, but I've heard good things. And I already tried the by-the-book way, and that got me nowhere.
Can you tell me a little bit about Nico?
He was an amazing scientist, years ahead of his time.
How long have you worked together?
Decades.
Did you spend any time together outside of work?
I don't know if there was much outside of work for Nico. So no.
Did you know Ryan was threatening Nico?
Do you have proof?
I found a note, but she claimed it was a warning, not a threat.
Likely story. It'd be very convenient for her if you believe that.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, well, I'm going to set it to nighttime so I can get the circuit board then for the small Tesla coil. Yeah, it's there because I'm going to need that space. Oh, look, here's a photograph or picture of Tesla. I bet it's Deirdre.
Hey there, champ. How's my favorite buddy?
Buddy?
What do you want, Deirdre?
Oh, what
I
are you kissing up to her
This is
for
about
now?
what you want, Nancy Drew.
Is that so?
It could not be more so.
Mm-hmm.
I come bearing apologies. I want to help you, Nancy Drew. I want to be your girl on the inside of the exciting world of criminology.
No, she just needs some help from Nancy.
Because apparently it still counts as plagiarism if you pay someone to write your paper. I mean, is capitalism dead? Because that's what it seems like.
Wow.
And you
Are you
wanna
just trying to
help
take the
me
easy way out of
because-
things,
I
Deirdre?
made a bargain with my pop. If I can help an actual murder investigation, I'll get credit.
Oh, yeah, so
If I
that's
help
why
you,
now
you
she's
help me
sweet-talking and being
get my
nice to
paper,
Nancy,
and
saying, how's my favorite buddy?
that's the door to the universe.
How exactly can you help me?
I've got permission to use our criminal database. In fact, I already read up on the case.
That could come in handy. All right, it's a deal.
Great. Call when you need help, and I'll do what I can. Just don't call me when I'm busy.
All right,
Will
so
do.
I'm going to talk to her about Ryan because some things I need to say to her are more important to try to see if we can clear Ryan's name in this
you read
case.
up on the case, right? I don't understand why Ryan was under so much scrutiny, but never sent to trial.
From what I gathered, something didn't add up with the video and the timeline. Someone had to be in the lab with Nico. Otherwise, he'd still be here today.
So if her alibi stands up, it couldn't be her.
Exactly. Unless there's something big I'm missing.
Something's weird about this whole thing.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Figure this out.
I asked her about the night of the murder. She was pretty much mute. I'm undercover here. I can't push too hard. Can you see what you can find on your end?
I'll see what I can find. All I've got is the database. Don't expect any miracles.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna go to Mason's computer to print out that design that Ryan provided for the big Tesla coil. Oh, okay, here's another cat part. Alright,
I need to rebuild Ryan's part.
alright, so this is showing all the sides of what it needs to look like. And you can turn it around if you wish. I guess this is the front part. So I think that's it. Let's look, see if it's matching all over. Alright, so when I press print design,
I think that's right.
yeah, you'll know it's right because Nancy will say so. Let me mess with them a bit. See if I can get the award at the end. Dun 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 dun. Alright, and now I'll also go to the photolithography lab to get the new circuit board for the small coil. And I've also got the capacitors. That I can put in that place where they were missing. Okay. There's another cat part. Okay.
Something must be broken.
Well, not anymore. Alright, so as I said before, it's a musical one, but I don't know what to play yet, so I won't. But yeah, you can see it looks like a small Tesla coil. Okay, I want to go over here and print that, as the book said, just like that for making what I did in the photolithography lab. Anything using that equipment will take half a day, so I'll have to come back in the morning.
Time to replace the capacitors like Ryan's note in the book described.
Alright. Alright, so it has to be that the rows and columns, the colors of the capacitors have to all be different. Okay.
great.
Okay, that's finished. I don't think I can say anything new to Gray yet.
Yeah, what?
Well, might as well
What do
just
you
talk.
think of Ellie?
What'd you say all these questions were for again?
I'm gathering information for a potential new owner.
Your questions say different. Say you're lying.
Okay, you got me.
Okay, you got me.
Great, don't care. Keep the question count low and we'll get along.
What was your relationship with Nico?
I knew him, same as anyone else here.
I don't buy that. Victor told me he was instrumental in getting you this job.
Could be true. Strange world. Crazier things.
I think he's trying to keep Mum about something.
I would.
That's why he doesn't want to talk and he tries to keep
Ellie.
conversations short.
And who?
Computers say someone, but the cameras say no one else. Nico walks in that door alone. Every time I watch the tape.
How many times have you watched the footage?
Don't know. Lots.
Why?
It's my job.
You mentioned rewatching the video. Do you think something is hidden there?
Not hidden. Missing.
What's missing?
It's not a what, it's a who.
I don't understand. Who are you looking for?
Nico's killer.
Did Nico's work put him in any danger?
Yes, energy is power. Ultimate power.
Why would that put him in danger?
People who want power will not hesitate to get what they want.
You and Nico were friends, weren't you?
Friends?
Yes?
I guess that doesn't matter now, does it?
I'd still like to know.
Fine. Then just give me a break. All right, champ?
Fair enough.
There was a time when we were friends.
When was that?
Back when he was alive. Now beat it. Give me some empty space to stare through.
The log says that one additional person entered the lab the night Nico died.
I know. The question is, how do you know?
Police report. What I don't understand is why the police didn't follow up on it.
They did. Said it was a glitch.
Do you believe that?
What's it matter what I believe? It only matters what they believe.
Okay.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
Oh, maybe that's Deirdre.
Nancy, Brian's alibi stands up. She couldn't have killed Nico.
What? How do you know?
She told the police that she won an award. That was her alibi. But it left her with enough time to sneak back in. It wasn't airtight. Close, but not perfect. There was nothing in the crime database. But I had a hunch. I went to the journalism lab and used their photographer database. The ceremony was a national story, so a bunch of freelancers put their shots up for sale.
You found pictures of Ryan, but what does that prove?
By itself, nothing. But count them, two different photographers submitted photos of Ryan standing near a visible clock.
She couldn't have made it back in time.
Yes, that was the finale I was building to and was excited to get to say out loud that you interrupted.
Oh, Deirdre, you're amazing.
That is,
I wouldn't call her amazing. I mean, given how much contempt and hostility she has towards
I'm
Nancy.
working on tracking down the photographers, but it could take weeks. For now, it looks like Ryan's in the clear.
All right, the only other thing that's important to ask her or tell to her, because I don't really want to continue the conversation, is checking the 911 calls.
On 911 calls the night of the murder.
Consider it done. I'll text you the results.
All right. As it says here in the task list, I'm not checking them off, but anytime something new comes up, when you're on Amateur Sleuth, it'll tell you what you can do next if you're stumped. So I'm going to call Victor about Ryan's alibi, making her being in the clear.
Victor here.
I found a way to prove that Ryan's innocent. It wasn't her.
What? What do you mean?
Ooh, he sounds
Photos
mad.
from her award ceremony prove she couldn't have made it to the lab in time. It's not possible.
That can't be true. All of that evidence. I'm sure it was her.
Deirdre's working on getting the photos over to the police now.
They'll reopen the case and everything will just stall out again.
Okay.
What's my next move then?
I don't know. I have to think.
Is that from Deirdre or Ned? Oh, it's Ned. Well, while I'm here, before I change to day, let me see if I can talk to Ellie about anything else. Yep, gotta track down some new leads. Oh, hey, a gummy bear phone charm. Haha.
Hello. How bad are relations between you and Mason?
I wouldn't say they're bad.
You might be the only one who wouldn't.
They're not great.
I get the impression that you two hate each other.
My Gram raised me to look for the good in everyone, even those who do me harm. Most times I find that glimmer of good, even in the meanest people. But Mason flashes that smug smile of his, and every rage center of my brain releases all of its hate Mason chemicals. Wish that weren't the truth, but it is.
I also get the impression Mason doesn't like you very much.
Now that is fortunate. If I had to deal with him puppy dogging all around all the time, I'd never get anything done.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh. Can I ask Ellie about this?
Need something else?
Oh, okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, and since I've mentioned it already, I'm not going to cross off anything on the task list, but starting with this game, if you click on that, it says like a question mark next to it, says I need a hint. So if you want a hint, you can click on that and it'll slowly load until it reveals the hint you're looking for whatever that task is. But I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to do this without checking off the task list like I have for many of these games preceding this one. Oh, hey, looks like that robot upstairs. Another phone charm. Alright, I'm gonna set it to day now. Especially because I want to see if that part is finished. Whose footsteps are those?
Who's there?
Who's there? Who's there?
Hello? Who was that?
Yes. Alright, I guess now that her name has been cleared, she wants to talk. Okay, let me put this where it belongs. Huh, I got up close here, but all there is this hexagon. And, whoa, a lightning bolt, another phone charm. Haha. Alright, so I'll go talk to Ryan now. Let's see. I've got, okay, 5. I think, for every game, starting with the Captive Curse, that, for the bonus editions, 7, you get 7, for those games that have them in the bonus editions, you always have 7 phone charms. Yeah, like I said, that one looks just like that robot. Oh, why am I up here? Oh, going this way.
Hi.
You really are innocent. I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
Don't be sorry. It's the smartest course of action. Look, I gotta ask you. You're not really here for a new investor. You're here to look into what happened to Nico, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes.
I figured the questions you were asking were a little odd considering. I believe someone from this lab killed Nico. Anything you need from me, you got it.
Why are you being so helpful?
Nico may have had some crazy, downright dangerous ideas, but he was a good man. His killer deserves to be punished, whoever it is.
Goodbye.
Later.
Okay, well, I'll go talk to Mason now. Or not. Locked in the photolithography lab. Uh-oh, the meter's going down, and
No,
Nancy's
it's
locked in.
locked.
Hello?
Hello?
Nancy?
Ellie?
Is that you? Are you okay?
I'm locked in.
Me too.
There's no air flowing
Yep,
in.
that's why it's
How do I
going down.
get
There's no
out?
air flowing in.
Look around. There should be some oxygen tanks.
I don't see any.
Stay calm. Look for a way out. Stay calm. Look for a way out. Stay calm. Look for a way out. Look around. There should be some oxygen tanks.
There aren't.
I don't see any.
Stay calm. Look for a way out. Vince, see if you can crawl out of the air ducts.
Alright, I'll do just that. Up here.
It's pretty hot in here.
Yes.
Better find my way out as quickly as possible.
Okay, here I am. I'm safe now.
What are you doing here?
Back off, old man.
Okay,
Said,
now
what are you
it's,
doing here?
nighttime.
All right, what's in the bag?
And I said back off. Hey, let go!
I don't want to see you here screwing around after hours.
Are you crazy? This is mine. Leave me alone.
Yeah, you better run.
What were they arguing about?
Okay, I don't see where Nancy climbed out, but because I turn around, just shows me at the lab. But now it's night. Let me see. If I can go find Ellie, since she was locked in the other part of the lab. I don't hear anything. Oh, she's not here.
Strange. What's Ellie
Okay,
up
this
to
is
with this?
something new, so I better take this.
I need to figure out whose car this is.
Is that her cell phone?
To add up correctly.
All right, so there was a little clue that I saw in her office space earlier, add up to 15. So, to unlock the phone, you have to have the numbers add up to 15, first by having 5 in the center. And it doesn't matter the order in which you put the numbers, but make sure, as I said, add up to 15. So 1 and 5 is 6, plus 9 is 15. So then let's see, 3, 5, 8, 7. All right.
I thought they hated each other. What's going on here?
Well, do they ever still have to actually work together? Well, maybe if I come back later, maybe Ellie will be there then. All right, what's he shredding?
What's he doing in there?
What do you want?
But of course, he won't tell me.
What were you shredding?
Nothing.
Didn't sound like
It
nothing.
didn't seem like nothing.
Leave it alone.
Alright, so I'll have to break in and find out
were
what
you
he
saying
shredded.
to Mason earlier?
Nothing you need to worry about.
You seemed a little angry.
I was.
Yeah?
I got locked in the lab and almost died.
That's so?
Yes, someone turned off the oxygen. I had to crawl out the vent.
Smart. Most wouldn't have thought of that.
Do you have any idea what happened?
No.
I could have died in there.
This is a lab. It's not to be taken lightly. Forget that and you will end up dead.
Do you know why Mason and Ellie would be spending time together? I thought they hated each other.
I have a theory.
What is it?
And he's not gonna tell me.
I'd better get going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so I will set the alarm to get rid of him. Here's another part of the cat.
The kill switch for the Tesla coil. Why does Gray have it? I bet I could tape this back together.
Alright. And I know that there is some tape in the lounge, so I will take it there. But of course, this will be a puzzle.
Figure out what was on this page before Gray shredded it.
Well, it shouldn't be hard putting the red parts back together. Parts where it's red, I mean. That looks like the N. So when they're correctly put together, yeah, they stick like that. Okay. Alright,
Now to find a way to take this with me.
tape
What
it.
was put into safekeeping? I better look into that.
Something right there. Alright, so the secret,
Gray's shredded notes
yeah,
seem to mention
the
this was
coat hanger.
important.
So you have to turn these hooks different times. According to this, to make them be the way they need to be, position they need to be, this has to be turned 10 times.
Gray's shredded notes seem to mention this was important.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one 5 times. 2, 3. Alright, heard a clicking sound, so I'll push that. He has a PhD in physics,
What's someone with a PhD doing
working in security. Alright, another video, so I better check that out. Better hurry, though, before he comes back. Oh, look, yeah, another phone charm, a pigeon. Alright. Ooh, I better also investigate this card. Oh. Oh, gray came out, but look, there's some kind of binary code right there.
Gray? Is this the unedited tape? If it is... Wait, what's that code in the corner?
Oh, here's the card I need to look at. Oh, unknown card. Sorry about that. Meant to put that one in.
This was the card that opened the lab
Yes.
the night of the murder. Can't leave the card behind.
Let's see if Ellie's back. Okay.
Glad you made it through that lock-in. That could have been real bad.
What happened back there in the lab?
I don't know. You're lucky you got out. Really lucky.
Is this your card?
Nope.
Why were you spending time with Mason?
Okay, now I can
thought you two
confront her
didn't get
about,
along.
We
Nico
have
died.
to
You
meet
left
up to
for a
coordinate
while.
experiments once in a while.
You and Mason are working on a project together. Something secret.
You're wrong.
Then why spend so much time together?
We have a lot to coordinate right now.
After Nico died, you left for a while.
That's true.
Where did you go?
Home.
You mean back to where you grew up?
Of course. I wouldn't call Colorado home.
Why not?
Between you and me, I'm looking to get out of here as soon as possible.
Why?
Even if what happened to Nico never happened, Colorado never welcomed me with open arms.
Are you sure you don't have another reason for wanting to leave?
Yes, I'm sure.
When you left, I understand you took all of your work with you.
It's my work. I need to keep it safe.
Keep it safe? From whom?
I just meant in general.
What made you decide to come back?
The police.
Did they force you to come back?
They were persuasive. I don't know if they were going to force me back, and I really didn't want to find out.
This card I found, according to the record, it's the one that opened the lab the night Nico died.
What do you mean?
It's in the log.
That was just a glitch. The video shows just one person.
Or
entering
does
the lab.
it?
Nico.
Can you walk me through what happened the night Nico died?
This isn't something I should talk to you about.
I know, but my boss would really like to know.
Look, it was a hard night for me. I'd like to keep
Okay,
making
now
that
I
clear.
can talk to her about why she delayed calling the
According
police.
to the police report, Nico had been dead for 30 minutes before you called 911. What happened?
I tried, but the phones were out.
What about your cell phone?
I must have left it at home that night.
I better get going.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Okay. Before I switch today, there's one thing I want to do. Other thing I want to do for the night. It's to figure out what this list of book titles that Ellie has means. Well, you know what? No worries. I know exactly what they mean. I have to pull books here on the shelves in a certain order, in the order of this. And so, let's see. Corresponding to them, a condemned elephant's name, I pull this one because that says Topsy the Performer. The second clue, V equals IR, is Ohm's Law. So, I pull that here because it says Ohm's Law and circuit analysis. Tesla's good friend is Mark Twain. All right. Element number 74 is W, or tungsten. So I pull this, the tungsten divide. Let's see. Incorrect radio patent holder. That was Marconi, according to the book, near Nancy's bed. So that's Marconi Transatlantic Quest, 1893 Columbian Expo site. That would be Chicago, mentioned in the book by the 3D printer. So I pull this one. And then lastly, Sangramore's fellow knight. That would be Sir Lancelot. So I pull Guinevere and Lancelot. All right. And another audio diary. And let me see what's up here.
What was Nico working on? Is this some sort of code?
Okay, yes it is. And now ignore the letters for a moment. This isn't as hard as it looks. See the numbers here? Well, these again correspond to the binary codes of the binary numbers. So, I have to fill in like this according to what would be the blue dots in the binary codes for each number. So that's for 9. 6 is like that. And 2, 7, 14, 3, 1, 8, 10, 12, 11, 13, 4, 13, 12, and 7.
By every fifth letter above on the coil. Okay, I'll give that a try.
Okay, well, just how do I interpret that? Every fifth letter. That means these. All right, every fifth letter.
These must be the notes Nico mentioned to play.
Yes, they are. And so what I have to do is then play them on the small musical Tesla coil. But how do I know what's what? Well, if you remember the whiteboard in Mason's office space, right here are the piano keys and the letters that correspond to them, including those that are lowercase. So instead of setting to the next day, I'm going to go ahead and play that now. And actually, there's one other thing I want to do in the lab. First, let me play the notes. All right, so they are A, G, B, E, G, A, G, D, B, C, G, E, F, D, C. With some of those being lowercase, as I previously mentioned. So, yeah, I have circled all those that I need to play in that order. A, G, B, E, and using that picture of the piano keys and the notes from the whiteboard. I have to follow that. So I press all the notes, and then when I'm ready, I hit play. So start. If you make a mistake, you can erase the last note or erase all if you need to start over. Oh, electrifying, eh? All right.
What's this?
Opens a compartment. What's important and the hidden knowledge, illuminate a black light under the glow. Well, I think I've seen a black light around. Before I forget, the last thing I want to do in here is opening the door because I have the clues from Ellie's desk. Oh, and I was looking at this before because I was trying to find the right key card between mine and the unknown. But still, this is where Ryan's threats, the kill switch, and the messages between Nico and Gray. I got it right here, all in this evidence bag. Okay.
I have the clues I need. Time to figure out the correct sequence.
All right. All right. So using these clues, I wonder if that's another text from Ned. All right. So using those clues, square needs to be yellow. The diamond can stay red. The circle needs to be green. The star needs to be blue. The triangle needs to be purple. And the sequence is star, triangle, diamond, circle, square. Yeah, the machine is deadly. All right, yes, I have to do this test run.
What are you
Oop,
doing?
Gray catches me.
That coil is deadly. Mess with that again, I'll be...
Even if you do it during the day, he'll still
Get
catch
out.
you. Yet he won't be in the office if you try to go back. Oh, and of course, Victor's gonna call Nancy, and he's
What were you doing in the lab?
furious.
I had a hunch I needed to follow up on.
Yes,
A hunch.
that sounds a little wishy-washy on her
Screw
part.
around in the lab, you'll either end up fired or dead. Stay out of the lab.
Okay, all right, well, now I'm finally gonna set it to day. Oh, and before I forget, one last piece to the cat. Right here, the body. All right,
A black light.
that's it.
This might be what Nico was talking about.
So I'll take that with me. And I think now I have all the parts, so I'm gonna put the cat back together. Like I said, it's not pivotal to do this in the game, but you'll get an award for doing so, and so now I know I'll get an award. Meow. 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 Bad kitty. All right. Let's see it. Illuminate a black light under the glow. So what you want to do is take the black light and put it around here. Oh, but it's not working. Well, that's because I have to turn the Tesla coil on. But I'll keep it low. Like that. There we go.
This has to lead to whatever Nico was hiding.
Enter the hex.
A biometric fingerprint scanner. This could be a challenge.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to make a biometric fingerprint of from Nico to get in here. Because, yeah, it's locked. So, he must have a secret study under here. Well, all that's left for me to do for the moment is what's up with that video that Gray edited so that it shows him exiting the lab after Nico enters. Let's ask Ryan. Anything more I can say to Mason, though? I just want to be sure.
Hey,
Is this your card?
mine has my name on it.
Ellie said this card wasn't hers.
That's fascinating.
That's
Tell me more
fascinating.
Facts about
The card.
Fine. It's the one that opened the lab the night Nico died.
That can't be right.
It's in the log.
That was just a glitch. The video shows just one person entering the lab.
What were you and Ellie doing spending time together?
We weren't.
I know for a fact you were.
For a fact? Well, I know for a fact. You're wrong. Let me get back to work.
What a grouch.
No offense, I can't work when you're hovering.
Uh-huh.
You were here the other night.
So what if I was?
So what if I was?
Someone attacked me.
You think it's me? It wasn't, okay?
Fine, I believe you.
I believe you.
Why wouldn't you?
You are a big
Goodbye.
help.
Goodbye.
Ooh, I better listen to that second audio diary of Nico's before I do anything else as well.
Friday. The hours have gone negative this week. The news of the announcement has gone far beyond what I wanted. I've lost control over it, and we're not ready. Gray's been helping me comb through all the unsuitable work. I've had to step up my own security. I can't be too careful now. The mood in the lab has been tense for a long time, but there has been a shift. A sudden calmness to my enemies as of late, as if they're planning something. Paranoia has always come creeping into the back reaches of my mind when I stretch myself too far, but I've not been overextended. Quite the opposite. Everything has been going smoothly with the energy project. This, I fear, isn't paranoia. I find myself unable to trust anyone here, but I can't leave the work, not until it's announced. There's electricity in everything, but we don't know how to see it because we perceive it to be scarce, always looking for exotic solutions, exotic and costly. Victor once warned me to take it easy with the announcement. The world economy is built on expensive energy. To flood the market could cause a collapse, but to continue to hide the resources we have, to deprive those who need them, I see why Tesla liked his pigeons. They fly only where they're directed, and never question the effect the beating of their wings will have on the skies and the world below.
Wow, that was a pretty long entry.
Peculiar interest in my latest work. She actually asked me what the entire process might sell for on the open market. That type of question seems completely inappropriate, and is very worrisome. I think I may have to look into her finances. I can't have anyone on this project overly motivated to make a quick sale. As unfair as that sounds, it's a security problem.
Alright, now I'll go talk to Ryan about that tape.
What's up?
Okay, I am going to need gummy bears from her because it said in that book in Mason's Space that I need
I was watching
gelatin
the photo
or
lab.
something
I
gummy
think
to
someone
make
tried
the
to kill
fake
me.
fingerprint.
The air was off.
But she won't give me enough if I
had to
ask her
crawl
now.
out the vent.
No one was trying to kill
So
you.
I'll wait to do that.
How can you be so sure?
The only one who knew about the air cycling off was me. I'm working on the vent system. If someone locked you in, they weren't trying to kill you.
Really?
Then what were they trying to do?
I don't know. But I'll make sure the air stays
Alright,
on.
now I'll ask her about the video.
Still, be careful out there.
I think there may be something weird about the security video from the night of the murder. Could you take a look at it with me?
Yes? This track is something Nico had me add, so the security video could also do double duty as a data.
Yeah, that's clearly the addition of the binary code shows it's not it's not the
I've heard
it's
that
another edited
theoretically we could-
video of the footage.
Wait,
What?
right there. And there. Let me get a closer look. It's true. There are breaks in the signature. This video was tampered with. Someone followed Nico into that lab and edited themselves out of the tape. I'm pulling this off the network before.
Oh, what's
What
that?
just happened?
That footage must have been flagged. Whoever killed Nico
Uh-oh.
knows what we just saw.
Where are you going?
Anywhere but here. If you're smart, you do the same.
Alright. So we're left alone in this security office. What the heck?
Security breach in Tesla Coil Lab. Warning.
Alright, go check it out. Mason? What are you doing?
What are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
This might come as a shock, but no one wants you lurking around here. Why didn't you just leave me to my work?
I'm not lurking. What's that?
Uh-oh.
Wait, stop! Someone's activated the machine. You have to shut it all down.
Don't tell me that
Hurry!
Windows gone critical again. Or the grid almost went critical.
Turn off
Alright, so
all
I have to
power.
turn them off again. And I work diagonally like I did before, only in different places.
There, got it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Who could have turned that on?
Yep.
No clue. Look, maybe we can keep this between ourselves, okay?
What are you doing? Nancy, we should have a talk. Come on. Nice job. You saved me some paperwork back there. It's unfortunate that we couldn't be meeting under better circumstances. It wasn't exactly fair of me to ask you to take on such a large task. It looks like your ride is going to be a little late. Get settled in the lounge and please, don't touch anything. I'm going to need all of your passes and keys. Where did you even get this? No, I don't even want to know.
What's going to happen next?
Snow clears, you leave. I leave, hire a professional next time. Killer gets found, killer goes to jail.
So, what's your next step with the investigation?
I'm sorry if I've been anything but crystal clear. I want you off this case. Completely. You've caused enough trouble here.
Bye.
Yeah.
Alright, so Victor has showed up. He's angry about what he found Nancy being in the lab after he told her to stay out. So he fired her, but that's supposed to happen. It's nothing to worry about. And so it's just supposed to happen in the game. But the ride's going to be late, so I have to actually continue the case without him, without his knowledge. Like, just stay out of his way. Do not talk to him because he's like completely irate right now. But he took the key that I passed. The key card I was using to get into the lab. So I need Ryan's
Did you
help.
hear? A snowstorm of gloriously epic proportions is bearing down on us. I might get to break out the snowmobile. Or we might get snowed in like last time.
I need a new key card. Can you help?
Well, sorta. Here, this should do the trick.
Alright, I'll have to take hers.
Thanks. What happens if a big storm
So
hits?
I am almost at the end of the game. Like, Victor showing up is the turning point
You could use
that I'm
snowmobiles,
approaching the end, but I
but
still
those
got a
are
ways to
for
go.
emergencies only. Or things I can write off as emergencies in order to ride them.
Is there anything I can do to convince you to give me some of your gummy bears?
Yes. Victor is a candy hoarder. Liberate his sugar stash and bring it to me.
Will
You seem
do.
pretty attached to gummy bears.
Attached? Please.
I
less
less
than
than-
3 them.
I less than
They're
3 them.
bright,
What the heck does that
sugary,
mean?
And sometimes a girl gets a little lonely surrounded by all these scientists. Plus, they're fun. And you can act out these little scenes with them and then eat them. Sweet, tragic, delicious betrayal. They never see it coming.
Okay, I am going to need her help distracting Victor, but I'm not going to do
I
it yet
better Get going.
Bye.
because I'm not going to do it yet because I have things that I want to do first. Because when you ask her to distract Victor, you have a very limited time to do it, so you need to know exactly what to do when you need to do it.
If you don't stay put on your own, I'll have to find someone to babysit you.
Can I have some of your candy?
What? Yes. Take all you want.
Yeah, he's
Then let me get to
see,
work.
he's completely still like furious
I
with
better get
Nancy.
going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So she'll give me
What's up?
all of her gummy bears. Then
I got the
it'll be
candy
enough
you
to
wanted.
make the
Then take of my bears.
making the
Married.
fingerprint.
Thanks.
Ain't no thing.
I'll ask her
I
now.
need your help distracting Victor.
I've got just the thing.
What is it?
Listen,
Oh my lord, that
That is awful.
it is.
I know.
If you held that right up to someone's
Victor
ears, chances are they'd be deaf in a
hates it.
moment.
Like mega super hates it to infinity. If I leave this thing running for more than a second, he'll be yelling at me to turn it off.
Perfect.
But Nancy, I also hate it. And I hate getting yelled at by Victor. So whatever you need to do, please do it quickly. Okay, I'll give you a minute and then I'll let her rip.
Okay, I want to work fast then. Uh-oh. Sinister music is playing.
Whoa.
That's because...
I need to replace all of these gears before the brakes give out.
Yep, this is a time puzzle, so I gotta be fast before elevator goes crashing. Hurry. And when Victor is on the way back to Nico's office, Ryan will text me, and he won't be a happy man. Okay. So, first thing I want to do is get some tape, because there's something in Nico's office that contains his fingerprint, and that tape comes in handy for that. Okay, that key goes to this cabinet, this case,
That might
whatever
be
you call
Nico's
it.
fingerprint on that model.
All right, yes, right here, and that's why I need the tape to get a sample.
Got it.
What's this?
What's that?
All right, I think that went to my evidence bag. Let me look at it. Yep. All right. Now I'm going to make that...
Locked.
Oh, yeah. Use Ryan's key to get in. Okay. Once again, I'm going to need silicon wafer for making it in here in the photo lab. Here's the last phone charm, a gear charm. So I've got to make another silicon solution. All right. 3 mils of hydrofluoric acid. 1 of nitric acid. Oops. think I made a mistake there, yeah. Okay, I meant to pour it in this in here rather than in there, so it's a good thing I disposed of it. Alright. But I think this is why I don't like to talk while I'm doing something like this. I get distracted. Alright, now the water. Alright. Now I'll do just like I did for that circuit board. Put the solution in there and put the fingerprint here. Now the wafer. And press start. And that'll take half a day, so I'll set it tonight to get it. And then what I'll do is take that and merge it with the gummy bears, which I have to melt. Using the beaker and the little oven here in the lounge kitchen. But I'm not going to do that now because I should have the completed fingerprint with me. What I mean is the one that the fingerprint that I take just from the photo lab. Alright. Okay, so it's day, so I'm going to set it at night. Now, when Victor will still be there in Nico's office at night, try talking to him. I mean, he's just completely grouchy and irate at Nancy. So, now I'll go get the finished fingerprint. Well, if I can call it that, because I feel it isn't finished until I merge it with the melted gummy bears. Etched board, yeah, that's a... Okay, now I come over here. That's why I need the beaker, put the gummy bears in here, then turn the knob to melt them. Okay, and that has the fingerprint I need, so now I'm going to go back to the lab. Then I can enter Nico's secret office, or study, whatever you want to call it. Alright, now let me look at and pick up everything there is here. What are these? Magnets? And it looks like it says there are 7 of them in total, so let me look for all the pieces. And what's... Well, can't really read it that much because it's in strong cursive, I think. This is important. In fact, these knobs look familiar. Here's another magnet, and right here. Okay, I need the key to open this.
Looks like it's
powered off. So I need the key to turn the power back on and watch what the computer is showing. Let's see, that 5 out of 7. Okay. Ooh, a third diary entry. I'll have to listen to it. So I'm gonna need... And since that player is in Nico's office, which is where Victor is still staying, I need to ask Ryan to distract him again. So, okay, yeah, I got all 7 magnets. Now I'll set to daytime. So I can ask her for help again. Okay, I was wrong. I've done this puzzle now, but it looks like filling in the black spaces is, yeah, correspond to the red dots. Not, I think I would set it the other way. White means, yeah, filling in the blacks are the red, and the leaving the white are the correspond to the blue dots.
Hi.
I'm sorry to ask again, but can you distract Victor for me?
Dear ears and general feelings of self-worth, I am so sorry for what's about to happen to you. Your sad friend, Ryan.
All right, so I have to listen to the diary quickly.
It's Tuesday. 26 hours of work this week. Off to a running start. Ryan's getting more aggressive with her demands. I'm reluctant to send her packing, but I will if I must. My safety is my primary concern. Which reminds me, the parts arrived today for the pigeon. 13, 6, 5, as expected. Should something happen to me, hopefully someone will figure out what that means. Last night, I hit 90% efficiency with the suboptimal setup. Thanks to Ryan's threats, I could not carry out the plan I had been hoping. Yet these results mean that it's time to announce. Again, I'm viewing the schematics in my head, but now I have to think differently. I have to find the points in the design where someone could take advantage of the system and bend it to his will. Tesla was lucky to live before the nuclear age took full flight. He never had to scrutinize his work. He could brag about death rays or the earthquake machines he had, and the tyrants of the world wouldn't take notice. That's no longer the case. I don't think he understood the cost of destruction. To him, it was just the mechanics of the thing. When he attached the earthquake machine to his building, he didn't want to destroy it. It was about finding the perfect pattern. The resonant frequency of the building syncing up with the steady tap of his machine until the structure's myth of stability was exposed for what it was, a hopeful lie. I always like to think that's how Wardenclyffe came down. Not with a wrecking ball, but with one of his unassuming little boxes set to frequency 37.
All right, one of those
What was Nico up to with a pigeon?
entries mentioned the pigeon and the numbers
Nico was talking about in his
1365.
diary.
Well, I looked at that binary chart again because from top to bottom in rows, these magnets have to be set to the binary numbers of 13, 6, 5. With these blank circles here representing the red dots. These represent the blue dots. All right, now I press the button. (1902) patent.
This must be the key to one of Nico's passwords.
Well, I've seen something like that in here, in this book. 1902, patent number. So it's this, 1119732. But just what does that mean? Maybe it's the password to his computer down there. But the first thing I have to do is, oh, there's her message to me. Oh, it's Ned? I thought it would be Ryan.
This must be the building Nico mentioned.
Yep. It's, if you remember what it showed in the book, that's a miniature Wardenclyffe tower. And it goes... Oh, okay, that must be her text. Run. Goes right in here.
I need to find the correct frequency.
Well, Nico's diary mentioned frequency 37, and these look familiar too, on that notepad in his secret study. What you have to do is set it to frequency number 37 by tapping on these tabs 13, 11, 9, and 4, since they add up to 37. All right, that opens up and gives me the key. to unlocking his computer. But, of course, before I get into it, there's a catch. Another zap up. Alright. And they all have to be green circles again. I've got 5 charges remaining, but now 3. Alright, there it goes. Hooray! And now I've got the password, which, as I said, Nancy said, the clue to Nico's password, 1902 patent, and the patent number is this password, as shown in that book, 1119732. And what's this?
This must
The
be
unedited footage. So it shows Nico going into the lab. Gray exiting. Now we're going to see Nico's killer. Victor did it!
Victor. He must have killed Nico.
Well, we've got to get this to the police.
Get this evidence out.
No wonder he became so angry when Nancy said that Ryan was in the clear. He realized that by having Ryan's name cleared, now he had to look for another scapegoat. That's why he was so upset. He had to then figure out who to pin the blame on next to divert suspicion from himself. All right, so let's take this. What's that sound? Uh-oh, there's a blue energy beam around the door.
No, Nico security, of course. I bet all of my electronics just got fried.
And so it ruined the USB drive.
Zapped by Nico's security system.
Oh. Well, being the engineer, let's ask Ryan for help.
Just in case you were wondering, yes, Victor's yelling is starting to crush my soul a little bit.
Okay.
I made a chart to illustrate my feelings on the situation. This line represents my happiness and well-being over time. You may notice the steep decline.
Yeah.
This frowny face here is because this is the first time I've made a chart, and it turns out it's very boring. That is also why there is a dragon and a dog on the skateboard and other stuff.
Okay.
I need your help. Big time.
What?
It was Victor. He killed Nico.
Did you call the police?
I couldn't. I had evidence, but it got zapped when I tried to take it out of Nico's secret lab.
Secret lab? Zapped? What?
I'll explain later. I just need a way to get the video out without getting it ruined.
You need to find a way to make a Faraday cage. That should get the drive out without wiping it. Get the drive out. I'll work on what to do next. Take this. It'll help.
This box might be just what I need to build a Faraday container. This might work.
Or maybe it'll backfire and electrocute you.
What?
Sorry. I'm just so happy we're gonna bust him. And also really scared he'll catch us and kill us all. I'm on a roller coaster right now. Ellie and I'll gas up the snowmobiles and split up to double our chances of reaching help. Do not let him catch on. If he knows you're about to get the video out, he will kill you. Play it cool, Nancy.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. I need a USB drive, and there's one right here. But rather than just go get it now, I want to set it to nighttime and tell Ellie and Gray what I found, because then Gray will finally open up about what he was shredding. Okay, first, gotta come here. Oh. I need foil from the photo lab that was used to hold the wafers.
Time to make a portable Faraday cage. Hope this works. This box should keep the drive safe.
Alright, now I'll set it tonight so I can talk to them. Tell them that I need their help. No, as I said, Nancy was only in this one building for the entire game, but there's a lot to do.
Hello. Do you know what Mason was doing with a coil?
Getting his comeuppance. I heard about what happened. I honestly don't know. For a genius, he really is dumb sometimes.
Victor killed Nico. I have proof. I need your help.
That's why he's here. It didn't make sense why he kept popping in. He knows you figured it out.
We need backup.
Yeah, and so he fired Nancy because he realized she was getting too close to finding out the truth. So
I'll let you go. Bye.
had to do what he could. All right, now I'll tell Gray.
Say your piece, then leave me in mine.
I get the sense Nico was protecting you. Why?
Couldn't read his mind then, still can't now.
But when I tell him
I
this,
think Victor killed Nico.
or
You
after,
have proof?
I tell him,
Yes, but it got zapped coming out of Nico's lab.
Find a way to get it, and keep it safe. I'll take care of Victor. Be fast.
well, that's the first time I've seen him
What's
smile.
the real story between you and
Now
Nico?
he's gonna open up.
I was the smart one between the two of us. He was just a scrawny kid with bad acne and a lisp, who begged me to help him figure out his constants. We took off together, but the higher we rose in our studies, he got stronger. He wasn't a scrawny kid anymore. And me, I woke up one day and the floor wasn't there. They said I was a burnout. It was worse than that. You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Try me.
The way we think about everything is completely wrong. Even time is an illusion. It's nothing. It doesn't exist.
I'm sure it does.
You think it does, but it doesn't. We aren't even here. We're a 3D holographic projection of a fixed point of high-density information located far off in what we think of as deep space. That headspace, I got caught there. I couldn't function. From that day, Nico had my back, and when things got dangerous for him, I tried to watch his. Couldn't in the end.
Now, can you tell me what you were hiding earlier? Were you destroying something?
Knowledge this world can't have.
Is that up to you to decide?
Yes, science isn't moral or amoral. It just is. To get to where he needed to go, Nico discovered some things that are very dangerous.
Like weapons?
Discoveries with potential military application. Nico couldn't censor himself, but he didn't want to be another Nobel or Oppenheimer. He made me promise if anything ever happened to him, I'd destroy everything that people would abuse.
He trusted you to know the difference?
And only me. If I don't finish here, Nico's work might end up doing a lot more harm than good.
You can't be certain the technology would be abused.
You're right, but history has taught me it's not worth the risk.
I'll let you go.
Yeah.
All right, now I'll get that footage.
okay. It's transferred. All right. I just might be able to get this through the door safely.
All right. So it's in here now. The little Faraday box. So now I've got to get out of here. Gray!
Are you okay? Gray, wake up! Oh no, I better get help.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Nancy. You're awake. Well, that's unfortunate for you.
Victor, why are you doing this?
Stay out of the lab. That was the one thing I asked you to do, and you couldn't. You see, Nancy, I knew Nico had something hidden in here. I just couldn't find it, which is why I asked you to stay out.
You got away with murder. Why not make a break for it? Why the elaborate plan?
Murder investigations don't just go away. Someone had to take the fall, Nancy. You were supposed to give someone a push. That friend of yours sold you short.
Deirdre.
That's why you're here.
And I bet she lied about Nancy.
But no, you had to screw that up. Then I handed you Ellie and Mason. Handed them to you on a big silver platter that said, look.
Yep, like I said, that's why he was mad when Ryan's
You
name
knocked me out.
said, or we said Ryan's alibi stood up, because now he had to find a scapegoat to divert suspicion away from him.
For being so sharp. Really is a shame I have to kill you instead. Goodbye, Nancy Drew.
The cage won't last long against the foils. I'll need to find a way to get out without getting electrocuted.
All right.
I
That's
bet
why I have these
electrical
components.
Components will help here. This must be the schematic for the circuit.
All right.
I need to get this working before it's too late.
All right, now just these parts.
Got it.
All right.
Should give me a chance to escape.
What are you doing? Stop that!
Stop sabotaging your plan to kill Nancy? I don't think so. Whoa! Whoa.
Dear Hannah, Victor was rushed to the hospital and then to a courthouse where he was charged with the murder of Nico Jovic. Due to his attempts to subvert justice, he's been denied bail until his trial. Word is he's willing to strike a plea deal for leniency. But I doubt there will be much to be found. The potential buyers Victor had been courting came forward immediately. It was quickly proven they had no idea about Victor's involvement in Nico's death. Regardless, they decided to cut funding for the lab immediately. I can hardly blame them. Mason snuck back into the lab the night after Victor's arrest and made off with a drive containing years of his and Nico's research. Gray spent weeks chasing him down until he finally caught him trying to make a sale at the Technology of Tomorrow conference. After a heated public argument that sent the Technology of Tomorrow bloggers into a frenzy, the two reached an agreement. Gray promised all due credit would remain with Mason and Ellie, provided they assist him in finishing Nico's work. A video of the argument titled Epic Dork Fight was posted online and went viral almost immediately. Within 2 hours, Gray was fielding calls from philanthropic backers wishing to fund their new endeavor. Mason, on the other hand, was fielding date requests from viewers who clearly have a profound affinity for the lost art of arguing. Ellie was surprised at first to hear that Mason wanted her to assist with finishing up Nico's work. She agreed to stay on until the first publication is completed. After that, she plans on doing whatever it takes to get back home. She's not sure what her next endeavor will be, but she's excited to make that decision alongside her family. Finding out what had happened to his best friend changed Gray almost immediately. For the first time since his breakdown, he decided to...
That must be why he's been so cantankerous at...
Nico's work.
I think it wasn't simply grief, though. I think he was trying to protect himself. But I think, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by her saying it's changed Gray almost immediately once he learned what happened to his best friend. I mean, when he said, "I'll take care of Victor," he smiled, actually. The first time I'd actually, a genuine smile from him.
Before each experiment. More than anything, Nico wanted his work to make the world a better place. I'd like to think he'd be very proud to see the team working hard to prepare his work for public release. The fact that Nico Jovic's name will be known the world over, while Victor's won't, again proves what I always believed. The world fondly remembers those who always give, and soon forgets those who only take. Can't wait to see you. Love, Nancy.
Whoa, what an electrifying end to this case. Okay. That was, a rabbit. Alright, so as you can see here, just even the layout looks different leading up to the awards. Alright. Oh, so I got the award for messing with Mason's desk. So this is, the first game, despite having the same changes as, most of the same changes as Tomb of the Lost Queen. That was the last one with the Meta Awards. This is the start from this to Sea of Darkness to have trophies. Trophy awards, trophy-like in appearance. So I got all the phone charms, I got the Easter egg, Trivia Tamer. So unlike the last game, which then cuts to the credits, followed by concept art with a montage of concept art of the characters with dialogue, and then the teaser for the next game. This proceeds as normally like the others before it, cutting right to the teaser of the next game when I click the arrow, and then to the credits. So here's the preview for Ghost of Thornton Hall.
Around here, they say, it's a wicked place. Abandoned years ago by a family who could no longer take the endless nights when the restless spirits of the past haunted the grounds of Thornton Hall. Jessalyn Thornton dared return, only to vanish without a trace. It's up to me to save her from the ghost of Thornton Hall. Hello? Anybody here?
Whoa. Alright, so that's it for my walkthrough for The Deadly Device. Like I said, first murder mystery since Secrets Can Kill. So this is one of the few games then to have 5 seeable characters, although it works differently than how a conventional game, because Victor's not, who's the culprit, isn't one you talk to regularly, like in the same place. You only talk to him by phone initially and until he shows up again, so it's probably not like you would think of him as a suspect, like, or the culprits, of other games. But, yeah, I figured out, like, the red flags of him being, Nico's killer, as I said, the way he reacted angrily when Ryan's name was cleared, because he had to look for a scapegoat. That's something I wanted to mention here, but, the credits are almost done, so I'm just going to say now, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this walkthrough as much as I enjoyed playing it. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, Nancy Drew Clue Crew.